welcome back. I know you all haven't seen me in a long time, but it's because I was just busy with school. Today, I have a special guest. Look who.
Hello.
Right, so we
It's
have
me here.
Daniella Walcott, Miss Trinidad and Tobago 2016 to 17. Yeah.
2016, have not crowned my successors yet.
Alright, good. So, I mean, Daniella's going to be talking with us today, and because many of you all may not know, she's actually a student at the University of Trinidad and Tobago.
In my final year of studies, I'm so happy about that.
Yeah. So we're going to ask Daniella a couple of questions today, and she's just going to be talking with us and spending time. I am so excited because I think that she has done the country proud, and you know, she's making life happy. She's really doing what she wants to do, and she's, you know, kind of fulfilling her dreams.
Yeah, I'm working towards fulfilling my dreams every step.
So tell me, what is it like between juggling school as a set designer and being in a pageant? How has that experience been for you?
Well, for the past few years, it has been pageant life and school life. Both very intense topics, both very intense things. Pageantry took up a lot of my time on the weekend, or even during the week, training, gym training, speech training, focusing on improving my inner self. And schoolwork was just complete focus on getting my job done in school and learning and understanding. But now it's been a little easier since I'm now back from Miss World. I no longer have as many appearances or duties to do. But I still find time to focus on my exercise, still training my inner self to become a better leader even after the pageant. I'm continuing my leadership, I guess, lifestyle, continue building on myself, and also much more importantly, I'm putting a lot of focus on doing very well at the end of the semester.
Sweet. So let's talk about Washington, because that's where the last Miss World was held, and you would have met a lot of beautiful young ladies like yourself. And you know, let's talk about that experience. What was that like for you? And you know, what was it like to meet so many other young ladies? You know, and who was the most interesting that you would have met, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, the winner, Miss World currently, she is Stephanie Del Valle. She was from Puerto Rico. She's the sweetest girl. I would say she's still a girl transforming into a woman.
Right.
It was a very nice experience. I also became very close friends with Miss Netherlands. We made a really close connection. I mean, out of a pool of 118 or 19 girls, I would just always be in the same place. Well, we were all in the same place, but in the same group, and always happened to sit with her every trip that we made, and I just instantly made a deep connection with her. So Miss World wasn't only about achieving, it was about achieving, but it wasn't about receiving recognition per se, but it was about self-fulfillment, self-achievement, and of course fulfillment for my country.
Cool. And let's talk about what you think was the most memorable moment during the Washington visit.
Oh my.
You know, I know there would have been a lot.
Oh my. Okay, it was freezing cold, number one. And I am not used to cold weather at all. So I remember we had to do laundry one day, and our chaperone, she was like, okay, girls, just bring your laundry downstairs. And this was right before I was going to bed, and I was in my pajamas. And she's like, let's go do laundry. So I had no choice but to put on a nice coat. Well, actually, I didn't wear a coat that time. But we all rushed down in our pajamas and one sweater. And of course, that didn't do it for me because coming from a Caribbean island, it was freezing cold. And it was raining at the same time. So that's a unique experience. That's strange, is it?
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I don't like I wouldn't be caught dead in any freezing country. I'm sorry, Canada, please forgive me.
I love
all of these other beautiful countries that have all this ice. I like it in the Caribbean a little bit. I'll come and visit once or twice maybe, you know. Right, so let's talk about your craft in school. You are a set designer, and I know that you've worked on a couple sets before.
Yes.
You also do arts, you paint.
I'm an artist and then costume design.
So why set design and costume design?
Oh gosh, I will set design particularly because I have wanted, well, since I was a child, I wanted to become an architect, looking at the home that my father developed and looking at the blueprints and the technical drawings of our house. I was very fascinated with technical drawing and design, and I love homes and I love building. It's funny because I'm very creative. I love squiggles and drawing out of the lines. Yeah, I love squiggles. I love squiggles and drawing out of the lines. But I still love construction, and construction is the opposite of squiggles to an extent. It's more straight lines and there's some curves. But set design was the only degree offered in Trinidad and Tobago that was close enough to architecture because it dealt with construction and creativity. Unfortunately, I got accepted to a university away, a few universities, and I was unable to leave to go because of, well, my parents' situation. So I had to stay in Trinidad and do my degree and help my family with their business. And that's why I chose set design.
Okay. Talk to us about your set and what it's for, what plays it for.
Okay. So this is the set design for Man Better Man production by Errol Hill. The production is about stick fighting, so some of the focus is on the stick fighting arena. So we have a guile going here. It's a dirt sort of landscape. We also have different spaces that encompass the set. So this is a catwalk for actors to enter from the back and come on to the set, like as if they're coming from a hill and coming down into the village, I would call it. Okay. And there are different levels. So at one point of the play, Portage Joe's action is happening on this platform here, and there's a flying element that comes in and out, a shelf that has elements of like bottles and rum shop sort of elements. Okay. And at another point of the play, there's also the Obia Man space happening here, and there's a flying shelf with, it looks like a landscape of like a shrine. So eventually I will be designing a shrine for this little shelf element here, and there are crates for the actors to move on and off in the set. Cool.
So where will this production be taking place?
It's taking place in Napa, and I believe it's carded sometime in June. We were told June the 18th. So
okay. And so what is like the gist of the entire play?
Well, the theme of the play, it's about love, but also about occurrences in a village and betting on who can win the fights, and also seeking supernatural powers. Yeah, stick fighting, seeking supernatural powers from the Obia Man. So it's centered around that theme as well.
Okay, cool. Well, that's a great set. So there you have it, guys. This is Daniella Walcott's set for Man Better Man. I think it's lovely. It's really natural, you know, in its shape. A lot of wooden elements. So it clearly stays true to the time in that sense. It's fairly abstract as well.
Yes.
All right. So we get to see a little bit of what Daniella is capable of where design is concerned. Great stuff.
Costume design is another thing though.
Sure. Explain. I want to hear. Let's hear what the costume design is all about for you.
So costume design, I believe actually in the first year, Paulette's our teacher, she looked at how I draw characters and how I'm very creative with coming up with something that is beyond a human being and fashion. And she said, oh my gosh, you look like you can do costume design, why not try it? I believe it just came innately, it was natural to create something that is out of what we know, what we wear regularly, and it appeared as a costume and it was wonderful. So costume design called to me because of that, and because my grandmother, she had a carnival band, and we would help her as children create costumes and sew. So sewing was natural to me, and I taught myself how to sew. I learned it from my grandmother as well. So that's why costume design.
So are there any other special skills that we should know about? Because you spoke about set design, you spoke about costume design, and then there's something else.
Art.
Art.
Yeah.
Right. But separate from art, don't you sing as well?
I sing as well, yes.
Right. Tell us about that. What you doing with regards to the voice now?
Well, so far for the beginning of the year, I have not done any vocal training. Last year I was focused on my vocal training for the pageants. But this year I am hoping to team up with a very old friend of mine. We had a param band together and we sang in the Living Water community band. So we're hoping to come back and do something.
Okay,
maybe
cool.
Maybe start back up param. We'll see. But we spoke about it. So
you're
it's
gonna be
definitely
shaking
gonna
the
happen. Singing.
Alright, I'm just playing. So what's the next step for Daniella Walcott? Where do you see yourself going?
Good question.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on creating something solid for myself in terms of business. I'm looking at developing a broader span of my business. I'm working on opening up a space where I can have my own workshops for people, for children, and do some teaching whilst working on an exhibition between this year and next year.
That's really cool.
And I'm going to continue developing on my skill and talent, and maybe also look at avenues as to how I can become employed as a set designer and a costume designer.
Okay, cool. So we have a lot going on in this world today, Trump. Yeah. So basically, I don't know what are your greatest concerns? It's like what do you think is something that affects all of us in the world that we live in today that you believe could be rectified in some form or another? Do you think, I mean, there must be some concern that you have.
Okay.
Let's talk about refugees in Syria, the children, the war, whatever it may be. Anything that you think, even in our own country in Trinidad, right? There's something that must be bothering you that you'd like to send a message and say, well, how we could solve crime, that sort of thing, rehabilitation.
Yes.
What do you think?
There's so much going on in this world. I believe in order to solve problems, and people always say that I sound like the peacemaker. Maybe that's generally how my personality is, the peacemaker.
Yes.
I'm about, we cannot solve an issue from the place that it was created. So we have to learn how to rise above that place so that we can create new things. And I also believe that a lot of the crime and the war and the pain and the hatred and the envy and jealousy that we have in this world is due to we haven't fully resolved it within ourselves, so it's reflecting in our world. And once we've dealt it within ourselves, then we can see a better world for ourselves. Also, if we want to see something better, we need to see it within ourselves first. So I would always say for each individual, create it within yourself first, and then you would see it happening on the outside of you.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, one other point. I believe our television industry, the entire media industry,
the movie industry,
even the news, it controls us. It's a way of programming how we think. And once we recognize that, we can recognize that we don't need to buy into these cultural programs.
So would you say that is your greatest concern, what we feed ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of the greatest concerns.
Well, I mean, my greatest concern is what I feed myself.
Well, what do you feed yourself? It could be many things.
KFC. No, just
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Sorry, just playing. I mean, I have to be concerned about what I feed myself, but what we feed ourselves is important in terms of, the violence.
The violence.
Yeah.
Like we don't
Fast
want.
and Furious.
And we were having this conversation.
900
earlier.
million.
Yeah.
All these John Wick. Yeah. Logan.
I know.
Yeah. A lot of violence.
Yeah.
So what do you watch movies?
I do watch movies. I recently got into it a little more. But
What was your favorite genre?
I like sci-fi and romance comedies.
Sweet.
But I also like not only science fiction, but I like movies with philosophy and depth.
Sweet.
Depth. And I like some historical movies.
Well, for me, being a set design student and costume design, you would know of Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
Good.
Oh,
Fellas are sorry, to checking out on whether they like this or to deal out on whether they like this, but my favorite movie is Pride and Prejudice. I just love the character of Elizabeth Bennet.
Yeah.
Because she's so down to earth, and basically, despite the fact that she realized that she was wrongly prejudging Pride and Prejudice, you know, and she came to herself, and the thing is, she actually was able to find that balance between her and Mr. Darcy, who, you know, just happened to be the guy who was saving everybody from a lot of despair. That was 16th century Jane Austen stuff. For me, is so beautiful. Okay. And I think that, I mean, you as a costume designer, you would understand.
I love that aesthetic, the entire look
of the Elizabethan era.
And, I have had glimpses of Pride and Prejudice, but unfortunately every single time, and I'm not sure if it's the universe trying to do this to me, but every single time I try to watch it, it just wouldn't work. Like, I would get little glimpses of it. Oh, I can't hear the sound.
I'll hook you up. I probably have that movie somewhere. Keira Knightley. But there was a 1995 movie with Emma Thompson as well, which was, but that wasn't a movie, that was a TV series for like 5 weeks. It was a short mini-series. It was good. So Pride and Prejudice was one. There are several other movies. I mean, I fell in love with Keira Knightley's movies. She does all the time.
I know you love Keira Knightley.
You do? Alright, I told you that. Wow.
How could you forget?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, basically, alright, well, yeah, I love you so much. Sorry, Rupert, that Rupert is her boyfriend, Rupert Friend. Rupert Friend is actually not Mr. Darcy, the other guy. Keira Knightley's real life husband or boyfriend, I can't remember which one, is actually one of the guys that acted in Pride and Prejudice with her. His name is Rupert Friend, and he was the guy that was trying to seduce. I just can't remember the character's name. I might remember. Character. Yeah. There was Mr. Darcy, and then there was the other guy, Mr. Wickham.
Okay.
Right, Mr. Wickham and Elizabeth Bennet actually got together in real life.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I must have a look at this.
Yeah, you find it. So, Daniella, I mean, you have spent some time with us. The thing is, I just want to know, my last question for you today is, what future implementations you would like to see?
What future implementations?
Whether it be in your own personal life, or in this world, or in this country that we live in called Trinidad and Tobago.
Alright.
Or maybe it's in Carnival, I don't know. Yeah, what do you...
there's so much. I have a big vision and I have a very open mind to many things. There are many possibilities, and we are all responsible for our own personal evolution. And what I'd like to see is, and as a leader, I do this on my own, but I'd like to see people more trying to understand who they truly are and bringing more awareness to themselves. To me, a person who's aware of themselves is able to transform anything. And awareness comes with understanding what is good for you and what is not good for you.
Alright, so and you would say that would you say that this is another way to help them maximize their potential on this
Yes, maximizing potential on this earth, and that's another mission of mine, is to fully embody and live my true purpose. I'm very connected to God, so my divine purpose, I would say, and inspiring others to truly pursue and connect to what we are actually here for. And this is what I'm most passionate about. Anything else, it just feels like it's not right for me, so pursuing my passion and my focus, it's what's going to pivot me and carry me to what I'm truly supposed to do.
Great. So guys, there you have it. Daniella Walcott, Miss Trinidad and Tobago for 2016.
Miss Trinidad and Tobago World 2016.
Miss Trinidad and Tobago World 2016. Please forgive me. You did a great job. I thank you for coming and having this interview with me. It was fun. I mean, it's always a pleasure meeting you. It's always a pleasure being around you, and you have done a great job. You have done us proud, and we look forward to see what you're going to be doing in the future. You understand? So we wish you the best. And guys, take it easy till the next time. If you like this video, please rate, comment, or subscribe. I don't usually ask people to do it, but since they have the options, why not just do it? You get great content like this, and you know, you get to see more great people like this. You know, isn't she? Darling. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, so bye. Say bye.
Bye.